oh, you could leave the Sven alone and go to Tide's lane, but this is better. I would say flat out better. If they get this Tide against Beast matchup, that's a matchup Tide loves, because once you get Kraken Shell level 2, you basically ignore the boars at part, and it allows them to play this very strong aggro tri-lane with Sven, AA, Mirana. This lane is filthy. And Alchemist could struggle.
I was kind of like joking about it before, like, because I just hear the conversations happening at the welcome party. I was like, you know what, an Alchemist, he'll be fine. He'll be totally fine, just as long as, like, there's no way he can lose his lane. But they're definitely going to put that to the test. Sneyking is being pushed back underneath this tower. He's got a lot of regen to work with. Miracle, he will really be running this hard drag. Whatever creep you got back underneath the tower and just farm in potential safety.
Very interesting to see Liquid take this approach. Maybe they're thinking, if we aggro trial, we're not winning our lane anyway, so we could aggro onto the Tide. Oh, he might be in trouble here.
A lot of trouble. He can't move himself back. Kuro's got the body block off, and all that early harassment damage from GH did this work.
So the logic here, we can't win our safe lane with the Alchemist. Might as well leave him alone, pressure another place on the map, and what our benefit is maybe we can stack some camps. Actually, never mind. They went for the first blood, and now they're coming bottom. We're giving Miracle a little bit of a head start on experience by not taking that at 3 heroes. They get him the acid spray that might allow them to play this tri-lane. Zeus, by the way, starting with 5 mangoes.
Yep. 5 mangoes, going in for the boots, having a casual stick. If he is going to be part of this tri-lane versus tri-lane, then it makes a lot of sense. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it's been YawaR versus CCnC. And so far, CCnC has been pretty heavy on the CS in front of him.
Yep. Don't actually know how this plays.
pieliedie, and there's that chaining stuns up. There's a quick pause. CCnC, hotkeys, not so great. But pieliedie, also not so great. Caught inside the acid spray, but all the stuns and bolts have already been used.
He has another bolt in 3. I think if Kuro gets in one more hit and Alk gets in one more hit, Alchemist is stunned. I think pieliedie might survive this. They're trying to be, one more hit and a bolt would have done.
YawaR even made sure they had a little bit more space. So they'll burn the south and back up. Keep your eyes on the runes.
Even though there is this head start for Mind Control top from the first blood, going the way of Liquid, Mind Control did not get that kill. They got a bit of the AoE gold. I think Sneyking should be taking control top, so it's important for Liquid that if they are helping Miracle with these 2 heroes, it needs to be worth it. Currently, he's sitting on 4 CS minute 2.5. That's not great.
Yeah.
And as you said, YawaR is not winning mid lane either against CCnC. So far, I would say a pretty good start for Newbee for all.
And CCnC's not letting up on the aggression. He's staying up in the face of YawaR. We's already forced to salve up. He had his opportunity because Sleight of Fist was used.
Another benefit of the Mirana, we're seeing that right there. Didn't put that, but of course can one-shot those new creeps. So with the big Wild Wing, playing these tri-lanes, that could be a very nice farm. Experience and gold for them. Obviously, if Liquid are nearby, camp also get experience. We want to try to potentially zone them away or try to farm these big creeps while the Liquid's doing something else.
I always feel like Liquid are trying to get aggressive on this bottom lane, but they're not finding the opportunity to do so. pieliedie's moved to a very defensive position, always behind YawaR.
Sven is not a good target. That's one of Alchemist's biggest weak. Laning is terrible, but he doesn't offer much in the way of offense unless your skill ends with option, but then your acid spray is weak or your Greevel Screed is too low level when you want to go for jungle. So maybe Miracle will get 1 value point. Let's see, but you definitely don't play beyond that.
2-0-1 for the moment.
Yep. Newbee are very happy right now.
Yeah.
If their lane's going great, they're winning lane. I guess, actually not true. Beastmaster is still ahead on net worth up top. But Sneyking should be able to slowly overtake him. Look at those boars tickling. 5 damage per hit. When he gets level 5, it's 0.
Actually, just wondering too. Then, like, if this rotation that Kuro making the lane, yeah, they're really going after Miracle. Have they got enough damage? He's got the acid spray, he can pop up the cold beats, able to trigger Miracle. He's back underneath the tier 1 tower. Couldn't even get the acid spray off. If he did, YawaR may have died a little sooner, but it's still GH and Kuro doing the work. I have to make a break up through the trees. And Kuro's trying to stay on him. Has to walk up the cold beat. Time to actually walk towards the north, which means the arrow from MSS able to connect events on the way. They leap in forward, trying body blocking Kuro. GH moving it forward too. Kuro is so low, he's got level, but GH, the Stormbolt, it flies forward. At least he got enough range to get out of the cold feet. The solo, another leap forward. MSS staying on the aggressive.
Surprised MSS saved. These could have gone for the ogre kill perhaps, but maybe felt like he wouldn't have the damage to take him down with the stout shield. Instead saves the leap to get this other. Now he has another charge in the backpack. To go with. I'll go bottle first. Looking for some runes. Minute 6, minute 8 in the bottom area.
Don't also get aggressive in mid. Now that you've got the TP's back, bottom forward from the Ember Spirit, he'll want to get in there, but GH is reading the situation. Puts down the defensive observe board. They can see the arrows coming from the other side of the trees now.
When you look at this, so Alchemist, this is the build you're going to see on almost every game. 2 bracers. They're trying to put on some aggression here, but that's too tanky now with these 2 breakers. Magic resist and the health to keep him along. And
a little bit off target. The cold trigger eye, the miracles into the trees. You're going to stay with him, and Miracle blocked in, has to cut free. MS Sport looking for him, can't get out tree line. Sport was coming in from DH, but it came way too late.
Yeah, I was like, he's fine. Surely if they start diving the tower, there's going to be some help coming in from either cooldowns or bad communication, and they end up not getting that. Might get a kill on MSS. No, he will get away.
He's got so many stick charges, and Kuro's got no follow-up.
They just let them dive Miracle for literally 15 seconds.
Yep.
He got no help. Maybe he's running.
Yeah, maybe confident as you too. So, you know, you're fine, Miracle. Like, you're fine. You almost shoot him out through the tree lines too. So MSS and pieliedie will end up burning the shrine straight back out to being aggressive again.
Miracle's had it, by the way. He's a
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's got his 202.
Yep.
So that's fine, right? GH is still able to farm at range on this bottom lane.
You've got to still be a little bit concerned though about this hero combination of Viper and Alchemist, because what ends up happening is that they both want jungle. Viper wants to jungle with the Nether Toxin, and Alchemist wants to jungle with the Acid Sprays. One of them is going to not get the full farm that you would like.
You see from YawaR, like to go 4 points up in the poison attack, 1 point in Nether Toxin.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Hasn't really served him that well either. Hasn't been able to shut CC with this aggressive build, and generally on Viper, if you go for this aggressive build, it's to lane dominate, but CC has been fine.
Coming from Miracle. No observer was being placed, and Miracle was already aware of this. They walked underneath an observer board, just planted north of the bottom. And now Kuro is trying to do something about pieliedie. He's in deep. Viper's moving over too. If we can just get in range for the Viper strike, they can potentially find this kill. The arrow's not helping out, and there was a wild catch it out, and then pieliedie stunned up, locked inside the Nether Toxin. And he realizes that Nether Toxin will just let him tick. He's already moving back to the mid lane, trying to save.
There's going to be kills in this area. Both teams have way too much to do here to not go out and either scout or fight. Every outcome kind of goes like this. There's played in safe lane. He will want to retreat into the jungle, and you want to limit him as much. The pieliedie went down here to scout and try to ward, and Miracle has retreated half of the jungle, where you would imagine Newbee are trying to phase.
My control the Ravage. It's just going to clip him on the edge, barely on the edge, but the arrow will be able to connect, and then just hold him in position. Can't get off, and Mike is going to feel pretty sad about that. Up the walk just a little too late to see MSS waiting in the trees.
I actually thought that Ravage missed. That was very close.
Yeah.
Snake, knowing the limits of the Ravage there.
If we've got some downtime, we can watch that in slow motion, that replay in just a bit. YawaR's adding a bit of pressure towards the mid lane. Kuro looking to try and help out to get the kill onto CCnC. Now, there is no Flame Guard available, so CCnC feeling pressured. Getting back up the hill to dodge that attack, buying a little bit of time with a phase movement of one, but no, it's going to be way too much with YawaR having that double dash turn. And my control's arrived. Vladimir's is up, and they're going to add the pressure to the tier 1 tower.
Look at the build on Viper too.
Double braces. We're going into Veil.
But not quite.
Okay,
Tanking up.
We've got ourselves a moment. If okay, so here's that Ravage just on the edge, but it actually went a little bit further than that. I saw a tentacle in front.
Maybe I don't know why I thought he started further away than he actually did.
He did it in the lane, and he had to do it over a row of trees. So
yeah,
the hedgerow just confused. We're back and good to go. So there's pressure in towards mid. MSS's arrow is coming up down now, but they will not be able to defend this.
This is a huge move. Getting mid power minute 9. When you have Alchemist, in Dota in general, taking towers is good. When you have Alchemist, it's very, very important that you protect your own towers, but if you can, on top of that, which usually is very hard to do, take enemy towers early, you effectively, when you start pushing waves, you buy Alchemist space. Yeah. Because the enemy team has to defend further back, and this extra 10 seconds that it takes the wave to cross the river is just more space, more time for Alchemist to analyze the map, to farm as efficient as possible, and this move from Liquid is easily the biggest play of the game so far. It's really set them up.
They actually get to the kill up on top lane, didn't hit the mount. Now the Sneyking, but Ravage, it's like, well, you got the confidence of pushing down these tier 1 towers. Where's the pressure to come from YawaR then? He's still working on his hand of Midas on bottom. Tier 1 tower almost taken almost no damage. And Mind Control's ready with his rock. Got cut through the trees. Creepers following, Sneyking in there. But it's already scouted out. Newbee had this line of wards that runs the northern side of the map, so they understood just how much Liquid was bringing to bring down that tower.
Dire's structures are
good to go again. So what's the trade-off though? Sven doing some
CCnC, I think it's looking for something in the mid. For the image rune.
He can't solo kill off.
What did you do? You let a tier 1 tower fall, go down towards bottom lane. We can't get the TP in here. Second in the play. TP already on point from before. Let's get away before is able to complete his TP. But he finished the Midas, added pressure, but the tier 1 tower still remains alive. And they even bring it within deny range if they want to get rid of that money.
And now he wanted to get a but in the way.
Gotta save the resource. Now, this is what we were wondering about, right? Like how the Alchemist functions. Like you got that push, you got your timing right. He is now #1 on the net worth. 5.5, 5.68 going his way. He's been battling for the second position, so it's not like they sacrifice too much. And a great Thunder, like the Thunder God's Wrath comes out. CCnC can pile it up, try to go for something up on the top, but they're not finding it. Maybe it's time for GH to look for the Observer wards too. Trapped in the tree. Highest blast. Far out, man. Didn't get the kills the apparition, but no.
You know, but yeah, it was a good Thunder God's Wrath though. He scouted out the smoke, and I just think Mind Control escape route was kind of cornered there. I don't know if a possible TP could have worked. Maybe he had cooldown, but at the very least results in this kill. But again, are you taking any damage? You haven't limited Alchemist space. Apart from the late stage where they did a good job aggroing him, Miracle's been having a pretty good time.
CCnC wrapping around the underneath the radiant. GH has nowhere to go. Another time up on top of it. A triple TP. And the other two going to complete. Kuro does. Mind Control will arrive as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
very low value.
Because the 3 TPs happen, they realize that Miracle has no other support up on top lane. You wait as long as he can for the combo to fly out. Now you're searing chains, and if you need to, the Ravage will pop, and it feels like Sneyking needs to be very liberal with the U. They get the kill on Miracle and bring it down.
Absolutely ravaged. No regrets for sure on them. And yeah, like I said, this is what happens when you use 3 people to ease enemies in the enemy team. That Miracle has to go left. He should never have stayed far up in the mid lane, and that's just flat out a mistake. No backup available. Using a quick move on him, identifying the situation very nicely.
Radiant's middle tower is under
big.
attack.
They got 2 core kills in a row, and now they're getting that mid tower damage.
And I
rotate in.
You know, this is day 1 of TI. This is of course TI. There isn't really a period of time where you say like, I'm gonna just wake myself up over a little bit of time. Like it'll take me 1 day to fight as a team. Everything has to be crisp and clean already. At the moment, it feels like Newbee just dropped themselves into a really comfortable position. It's simple to execute, follow through, and the only picking is the Alchemist.
If they are able to overpower Alg, that's another thing, right? We'll pick this AA last and have this experience against the region in the mid game, even if Miracle gets taller. they will, until BKB, they should be able to just lock in, chase stuff, and AAT. Liquid's line has no save, which is a classic component you sometimes run with Alchemist, like a Oracle, or, you know, another defensive support, like maybe even an Omni off lane or something, just to keep the Alchemist safe. Since that's not available, this only 1k gold lead is misleading, because first of all, you're ahead on gold against Alchemist minute 14. Good, very good. Secondly, it's about how strong is Alchemist's net worth actually in game. Should need quite a bit more.
Well, he's going Radiance and the EC. This is, if you're going to get to the BKB, that's a lot longer.
Yep.
And then not only the bounty runes either, another critical thing with the Alchemist. 15-minute bounty runes are coming up in a set. MSS will claim both at the bottom. And Newbee are positioning to actually fight on top. If you want to test, take it.
Never refuse good.
If they want any of this.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
At least allows Miracle. The Radiance is coming on the crit moment. So, team fight's getting a little bit better.
It's just, there seems to be a very clear plan on how they deal with this guy. Right? If he walks into, if the fight begins, gonna tank on him, blow up, hero especially quickly with this echo he has. So, gotta be careful. Liquid's lineup just is slow. They did a great job getting those first 2 towers, but now the heroes are not very mobile. Alchemists have to walk around. It takes a long time. A Beastmaster has some sort of play capabilities, but he kind of only really plays with Zeus in this game currently. So their lineup clearly has limitations.
Yeah, they're just trying to scout out. The vision on the map is very defensive for Team Liquid. They don't really see that much. Observer sentries handed over long bounties.
Regeneration.
So, not looking for it. Get a TP Sneyking. Already slowed down. 4 minutes. For revenge dump, but the ice can Viper wants some revenge, but the arrow.
Oh, what arrow?
Long stun. Spy Sneyking enough space to get back.
So that 1,000 damage tied. Just another toxin and 1 poison attack, 1k damage. Gotta be careful. This from Sneyking, I was thinking you in the game because of that. He has a Q. Well, if he buys it before the hood. I really like Force Staff for a couple of reasons. First of all, another toxin it's great to counter that. But also, when you look blind, how do they fight there? Viper Strike? They roar.
Yeah.
And if the hero that they go on has turned around, Snake can actually save any core in his lineup by just poking them away and re-engaging himself with the Blink Dagger.
Mind control to get this roar off, but no. YawaR and Kuro, they were both their rate fine for CCnC. Second finishes his line of fist, just run back.
Good read.
Deep
Not over thing.
Man, it just feels like Newbee's getting everything they need. Like, Sneykin's got the initiation with the Blink Dagger, she's with the fault up and everything else. But you're also getting the lane presence. MSS is building in for a straight up Aghanim Scepter.
Yep.
And we got to remember, like, they're basically running full core at this point. They're always able to push out the lanes, because you're clearing out the lanes once you got the Aghanim Scepter up. Ember can do the same type of thing. This is great too. Trump the Ember Spirit, Moonlight Fence, and Team Liquid no detect on the front lines.
Mirana definitely has this ability when the laning stage goes well, her in it to push with Starstorm and then farm and get this Ag, puts so much pressure on the Alchemist team to only have to go and defend. Yeah, again.
they needed the roar. Once again, they need the roar from Mind Control to begin. Just as you were saying, like, what shit. Ogre raises this fist and CCnC just Spirit away.
If you're a good intention member, the only way you really die in this game is getting reward for block. There's no other play until you might dagger and surprises you from angle you're watching or something like this, because yeah, no instant stun. Fox has to fly, Ogre has to wind up his arms, he doesn't have lens so he can't stun you from trees in most places on the map, and that roar can't connect now. So CCnC is playing very nice on the limit here.
Does that should mean like CCnC can go more aggressive style? He doesn't have to get a link sphere. I feel like he needs to block anything.
I would like to see him go BKB, I think.
Okay.
What we're seeing here is Gun Flip Guard Absorption, and from what I've heard, this build with Flip Guard Absorption in Flip Guard TPS is becoming really popular. Basically, doubles TPS in guard from 60 to it's the same as Fnatic. And then if you BKB, you get broken. So you just fight super high and there. You're very difficult to shoot down. because every time people walk, you just use your YawaR.
Yeah.
Fine.
Not an easy TP.
It's like perhaps been a good choice over this Veil, just so they have this extra catch that can surprise the Ember or can catch this Sven from TPing away.
It's still going to be projectile though, right? So it's...
But it's fast.
Yeah.
It's fast. And again, when you have range that it makes catching Ember a lot easier because they're pop that Ogre and Vici just have because of their lower reach.
Miracle.
From the front on the Ember, he's gonna react. If it's not watching the angle you come from, or if you are, coming out of smoke or out of fog, it's a lot harder.
I'm loving this. I saw YawaR actually line up the BT before. He's using the Beastmaster Hawk front lines, trying to wrap around the Aurora's out over. Taking more crew space with the Ravage, and now he will fall. YawaR wrong side of a lot of health. It's all the Ice Blast will connect. Pieliedie will end up popping to the attacks from down the ground. Miracle once more with a Moonlight Shadow. They run away. Newbee was trying to contest these bounty rooms once again.
That's even, I suppose. It's 1 for 1, but Ravage was used. So you still have CCnC.
Ready for Freckle, and then she's got the control. Arrow play. Everyone will dodge that one. No, Aurora's in the back. He's trying to be his Miracle. And you shouldn't have said anything, Ender, and nothing off. This is going to be YawaR trying to back for the last leap and TP, and it will not be successful.
Even I like it.
That is not the way Liquid wanted to have that fight continue.
There's one guy who's about this though, and it's GH. He got a solo kill on Ty toward the end. So 600 gold. I think he got about a full level, and now has this Aether Lens as almost a 4-star completed. So big scaling possibilities coming in, but that's Alchemist very YawaR. The BKB review. And again, problem for Liquid, right? You don't have that save. So if Alchemist gets juked by Sven, he has to run away. Sven is the bigger play right now.
Loving this from Pieliedie. Just puts down the Vortex. He's KuroKy. The Iron Blast. Just feed to trigger. There's no need for CCnC to get any more aggressive. GH is doing too much damage. And he's starting to back up. And team really wanted that fight too. Like the Ace being Radiance, like Miracle was ready to get in there. Now they smoke up themselves towards Rush.
No Ravage. You have the Beastmaster, Aura, you have the Mirrors, you have Bloodlust. It's an easy kill. Okay, that's faster than I thought of. Damn it down.
It was Ice Blast down because it was used in mid. Like they can't even scout it out.
It's one of those hero. Ace is a little bit weird. Sometimes it's really almost useless. Obviously, beating a transformation to hero, one of your lives bound to be without that chemical rage. And now the time fight can be. But who else do you to your Viper? He's not gonna get defeated.
Giving Zeus to pop off everything he's got and
then die instantly.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, there's no better character.
Yeah.
And
Protect them all.
Usually in Alchemist games you will give it to Alc, because around the time you kill Roche is when Alc
under attack.
high ground. That just is a possibility in this game now. I don't think Liquid has a chance.
Gonna come fight there.
Go there.
Ice Blast is flying forward. I die. It doesn't get back lines. So DH is ready to down to seize. I was watching present where I get him every single kill on this camera.
Like it's got overwhelmed.
Yeah.
The tower is gone.
It's like left behind for everyone else. See, his steering is over at Pyjamas. He's moving him with a gush. Pyjamas really slowing down there with his stun and damage output. He's still protect that. And YawaR, he's already I mean, yeah, he's back. Miracle gets the BKB. Need to wait a little longer before they're ready to fight this, and Newbee's on the window. Ravage doesn't want to get in there.
I'm not really feeling this Viper build in this game. I'm not completely sure what. Maybe this is a good build in the long game. I just don't think it solves the problems that Viper innately has in this game. He doesn't have any armor against Sven, and the slight slam from Ember. He's got for Kaya Sanj, so he gets some steps resistance against the stun, which is nice, but the problem is he's kind of just down until he gets from Sven right now. So I think you have to either look for a Ghost Scepter or try to get yourself some armor or BKB. The Boots of Travel they give 1 or 2 opportunities to take fights. It gives the hero some ability. But overall, I haven't played this game. I'm sure we're gonna see more YawaR Viper this tournament. You never know. It's the only time they'll play it. But if we do, I would see this build be really successful. And well, it's so good. It hasn't really.
I'm also just trying to understand, like, Liquid's mindset coming into the drafting phase. Like, we saw the way that they picked up early on. Like, you had the beast mode, loose and zero open up, and then you went into the, like, you willingly still think this was super intense. It wasn't because you're forced into it by Newbee with the way they were drafting. So they still had a good plan behind this, a good thought process at least. And that's where I still keep my eyes on Miracle. Like, what is he trying to achieve during this game? You're building he could be Subblade next. Then they got
Radiant's middle tower is under
just for the fact that CCnC was wrapping around the back. Newbee will grab 3 of the all once again.
Tower has fallen.
We're honest.
Yeah.
He's overtaken the enemy position 3 now. We were saying GH rich from that untied, but he's still a full 500 behind the Mirana on enemy team. The only reason this cold look barely even is that there's an Alchemist.
Yeah.
And Alchemist liners being behind at this time, especially the experience, is insane. 20,000 XP.
Yeah.
Like, you're not, this is not even, you know. Like, you have to try to find a fight where they really get to do this Miracle.
The roar from Mind Control has to hit perfect here. CCnC is just fun. They're trying to make the most of it, but he just spirits over the top of everyone. CCnC is like playing this game perfectly, pushes it just far enough and never too far. There ain't no
maybe he needs Shadowblade at least. So that's a reliable way of catching the Ember, but he's going for the builds. They feel like he can take team fight, and that's, you know, you gotta choose the path. If you go the Shadowblade, your team fighting is a lot weaker. But your catch is better. This fighter this time, because I think Liquid feel this game cannot go on like another 15-20 minutes. Like, the Alchemist will fall off eventually. There's some tag spins, I suppose.
Definitely do. They're gonna get up, right?
Really want to.
Like, Mirana can push in the bottom lane all by herself without any kind of major risk because there's still a full position. There's doing that, so if you have BKB, then you at least have something that allows you to like push up high ground and take something quick.
And they have the super low commitment split push. And the waves are just constantly being pushed in, so they don't need to use their Aegis.
Stall up. YawaR got all the damage. HR from the next perfectly. YawaR will fall. Won't hit anybody, but it was kind of thinking it should be. Oh no. His own episode, thanks to the he kills off the episode. Move over towards the Ember Spirit with the KB. He doesn't have much to work with. YawaR's already moved back over. He's got so much damage. Heroes for chase around the back, but then the buyback in, and they think quite to.
But again, it's a big one for Newbee. YawaR forced back and cost them nothing. Just have to BKB, that's a really big BKB charge.
His net worth is plummeted with this. Like, he's actually almost 4 heroes of Newbee.
Yeah. We have now he's buying armor. Right, there's the shield up. Again, I mentioned it before. I think this Kaya-san has it twice, maybe in some games. Maybe this is really stop that. I would have loved to see at least the plate mail on the way to get this armor that he so needs. Like, you saw him being blown up by the Sven. There was a bit of an arrow in from Mirana, but the rest is just Sven with Bloodthorn just wailing at him.
Oh, yeah, instantly
they
it's the
can't die here.
Yeah, he's dead.
That's bad.
A minute and a half on the sidelines. YawaR did burn the BKB for this.
He bought back and he's playing up far in a very dangerous lane with no teammates close by to save him. Not YawaR's. This is not it just hasn't been YawaR's game so far. And you have to turn to Miracle to be able to pair this game and play around him. But the problem that you're facing is every time you want to group up, these waves are put. YawaR feels forced. You know what? I gotta go this extra wave, go that little bit further and take the risk so that we can make our own play. And this just gets punished way too hard.
No, he's at least the Abyss up and running. Gonna go for Blink Dagger as his next item.
Yeah.
And Newbee still, they're not threatening up grounds. Like,
there's potential.
There's been some chip damage on bottom. There's that instant stun you're looking for, right?
Finally catch Ember. With your Alchemist Blink Abyssal.
Yeah.
I can't catch you on it. Yeah.
This doesn't really feel like what you really. CCnC's pushing tower mid, Sneyking high blink dagger and Ravage is more than enough confidence for CCnC to do what he's doing.
And with his all of that health, as well as, you know, the life coming in will keep him alive.
Alright, Miracle.
Go the BKB route like we talked about, but he's for the Octarine.
Starting a concoction, he's lost vision. He's gonna end up sending himself over the
Is under attack.
No.
Newbee don't know, that would have been narrow. House waiting for this Mirana.
They're really chasing down CCnC. It must have a remnant down. Even TP arm from Mind Control went to the tier 3 tower, but he's not going to do that without a remnant.
Now it's bounty time again. Well, maybe it's a 1 for 3 trade-off once again.
Yeah.
Alchemist seems like he kind of wants to go, but he has no chemical rage ready. So he's actually weak right now. He might...
Being used and goes around. Mind Control in a very bad position. YawaR jumps in. He'll get the far off. Mind Control runs away, but not fast enough. CCnC at the line. Physical bit of damage to attack through the BKB of Mind Control, and they're going underneath the tower. They really want to keep this push going with the Ravage, clipping a 3 with what use 5%. We are in a non-factor this game, and CCnC, he's everything. To the front line, a double kill for YawaR. GH will die in the tree lines. It leaves the last man standing, Miracle, still trying to farm up his blink dagger on the bottom lane. But Newbee can just go Roshan, just get this first win against Liquid to start off that TI9 campaign.
What a great start to the day that would be. You know, there's so much to play for in the group. Don't get last in the group. Then you're already at the main event, and getting to the main event is worth it.
Oh, this again. The Bloodthorn's already out. Alchemist, he got Missile Blade. Lees is able to miss out the concoction. Beginning again. He's done over MSS. Mind Control, he'll arrive. What can he do? No more available. He just give him a down and try and get Miracle back into relative 70. The regeneration not going to be enough. And nice blast. Well, it won't hit Mind Control. That's the one upside from Team Liquid. As Newbee will retreat back out of the base.
But yeah, as I was getting at with the group format and the way things work, obviously we have 18 teams here this year once again. The bottom team from each group is eliminated before the main
has been denied.
You want to not get the last place placement, so you get it to the main event, and also already just not last this year is worth about $500,000 for 13 through 16. So
yeah, it was the last position 80,000, I believe, at the moment.
So getting to that main event is huge, and obviously every game is going to matter. I'm not saying this as my expectation was Newbee won't make it out of groups. Don't interpret it that way. It's just like step number 1 is get off to a good start. So you've got that play, and then obviously if you have a good start and quickly get that 1 win, maybe a 2-0, your chance of getting to that top 4 in your group and getting to the upper bracket get clearly the strongest European region. It looks like Newbee gravely. Or that Liquid has to find the fight of their dream. With Miracle Blink Dagger is key. They have to start a good fight with this, or it's just not happening. But Ember hasn't ages now. How do you initiate this fight? You don't go on the Ember. Yeah. If you try to kill Ember twice, the fight's lost.
You have to kill one, right? You need to stop that bug from having an effect. It's like, not to mention all the damage that comes along with it.
Radiant are
damage though. Sven, you need to jump him when he doesn't have strength on. When Ida's not nearby to pipe and blink Ravage.
Yeah. Or can you kind of
need 5 heroes, I think.
Can you kite out the BKB times and then go for your own initiation? Like, is that the other approach to this? Now
I'm looking at the kiting potential of both. I feel like the kiting potential's on the kiting of the radiant.
You've got Glimmer Cape on Kuro. I'm literally checking items. Yeah. This is all there really is. Like, you could blink yourself away and you don't got a 4-star. Well, you got 1 on GH.
I mean, it's technically possible, but if there is 1 dust or a gem in the middle of the fight from the Dire team, Newbee, you're just...
Not YawaR again. Not YawaR again. Shadow walks out the other. YawaR is totally dead. But then they get hit back on. Then have got control. Look at Javon. The BKB, the roll Sneyking, he goes with the cheat. He's locked up against the leader for him. With the by Astaga, by Alchemist and Deck, see him out, and they will be able to control retreat back up. You know the primary target is Miracle. He blinked, he just be himself. What? Yeah, he can be involved. He's deep, but they're still further north. They're just taking this, splitting every from Wait. Rehar is finally looking down with Hyper Strike damage. Alchemist, he doesn't have his chemical rage. They have to fall after even with the buyback from GH. Now he may end up going down underneath his own tier 1 tower 2. Hero step for so long, and YawaR, he wants Miracle. The chemical rage is finally back off cooldown. So Miracle and Mind Control retreat back to safety. YawaR looking for Miracle. Here's There's a blaze of bubble actually to bring him YawaR over 1,000 gold for the kill, and Miracle shows he's got some.
That was a good fight from Newbee until that moment. I'm not sure what was going through his mind there. Completely alone, running in, hoping to get the Blink Dagger initiation, but he didn't have Blink Dagger already. And it's Alchemist jumping on him with the vision, getting a quick kill, and important for Miracle. That's an 1,100 gold kill that he just got out of that.
And look at him run. The instant play to get in and get any room.
CCnC is ready though.
Yeah, he is. And Sneyking will get both the bottom room.
Yeah, I kind of like how Newbee played that fight. I don't. Oh, hang on. That's a dead end.
Yeah, it is. Mind Control's going to PK because he just doesn't get
the initiation.
Pilot is worth 481 gold.
The initiation of going on the for when they did, if you really commit for that guy, or they were to bait a fight, right? They jumped up by with ages of CCnC, or and then they counted them. Yep, there's nope. Then they counted the BKBs like we talked about. The kiting would be probably better, and then they got a really good fight out of it in the end until the end. They forced a Zeus dive back. They killed, I believe, Beastmaster and Overdone. Alchemist got out and died too. The fight was good from Newbee until that point. There's no extent they should have been very happy with that, even though they did use Aegis cheese for it.
Yeah.
It still just one day ahead of this Alchemist.
It's just like it still felt like Newbee was in a hell of a lot of control. I was sitting at 40,000 advantage, and they haven't even brought down the tier 3 tower. In fact, the difficulty they did in the tier 3 tower down on bottom lane was about 10-15.
Yep.
And this is going to be getting more and more problematic. Miracle's up to 5.4k in the gold. What does he do next? Does he start arming everyone with mega scepters? You start to increase his network. Now on Team Liquid, still make yourself a battle hunger boy. Like, do you get that moonshot up and running?
Might go for Axe for the damage problems. Nope, moonshot first.
Moonshot first.
So, let's see. Obviously, when we're talking about the experience, we should point out that 3 heroes on Newbee that have peaked now, they won't get experience anymore. The XP graph is going to start dipping. Both Ember, Tide, and Sven are level 25. Liquid's highest hero for comparison is with almost level 8. Not only, experience can be a bit weird to look as a metric in the game, because sometimes it matters a lot, sometimes it doesn't matter. What really matters is these level thresholds. Having 3 level 25 talent is massive to the 0 of Liquid, and that's where the XP lead really matters right now, is can you put these talents to Tide plus 250 damage, Anchor Dash hurts real bad with that Solar Crest that he has. The Sven with God Strength talent, and Ember of course with those remnants, or lower respawn recharge time, and now the Aghanim's coming in with that time. So much stronger.
They're looking to fight. Team Liquid have been actually rounded for the last 20 seconds. A good time to smoke. And looks like Newbee is already ready for it. Keep your eye on Roshan. They're respawning just over 2 minutes, so they still got more time. CCnC, oh, with a bomb concoction. CCnC, bring him down. Buyback is available. But it got they're all pushing him back, but CCnC back in the car. Single chance to survive. They're jumping around, but Newbee, they don't find a target. Alchemist has already run himself away.
Crucial full step for DH. He saved Miracle completely there. They caught out like that with the Ice Blast on top. Or get away. And that big. Liquid. Sure, you Spence Newbee used the Emperor's buyback. And you gotta how CCnC got jumped like this. I feel like Tide was in range to hell with a Blink Ravage. Got cancelled by a Zeus ulti. Perhaps that's what happened, and Sney wasn't able to the teammate out there.
I actually thought YawaR was going to be in there fast, so he putting that in the Emperor. If you're going to use CCnC as an obvious bait,
yeah,
it would make more sense.
Or maybe, yeah, I don't know. It's been maybe they were trying to bait this fight and they were like, come on guys, go on the Ember, he has buyback, he has a Revenant out. Start this fight, we're gonna come up with our Tide Rev, we'll kill your outpost, which looked great for a moment, but once again that forced them. And I think he even got glimmered as well by Kuro perhaps, just got him out of trouble. And now this got a lot more interesting because
it got so much closer.
The thing we needed from Liquid in this game, team fight around Miracle catching Ember, just
Miracle's on. I like how he's got the Radiant off. So there's no stability that he's here, so he wants to try and get this quick pick onto MSS. Pushing forward. Now the MSS is blinked in, he's run into the trees. Oh, no Miracle! Okay, they're both there. Oh, okay. I thought I wanted a battle. No, I need to come and smoke.
Yep. Get ready for the tease. Big moment in the game, 40 minutes in, is when we start getting power runes. So both sides of the river will now have active runes, and generally the team that has mind control sometimes also has an advantage at this point. Liquid kind of doesn't. Game control at this point is really useful for those for that extra rune. And so far in the game, it's mainly been Newbee on the other side of the river. So if they can keep this control of the map and start finding the illusion, or
especially to rush 34 seconds, then it's all.
Vici be a rune here on the Tide Hunter coming out of nowhere with the Ravage. There's plenty of. That is one thing that Beastmaster's Hawk cannot deal with. Not a true sight. So even if you have that Blink Dagger, you can counter the Beastmaster's Hawk, you see it coming, but within it, you don't have time to react. So
I would watch around Roshan now. We're at that time. If Nico can move, get rid of that observer board, then Newbee will be fairly blind.
I can't get rid of it. Maybe not once.
He's just been sitting bottom lane, just farm. Like as long as he gets the.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Apart from
Dire's structures are fortified.
Out of my way!
a little bit behind. Too shabby. Buys the first Aghanim Scepter coming out in the courier.
Let's see who gets this one.
He's moving towards the GH. Yeah, it's GH. This is up.
Obviously some teammates, right? You can give an axe to Magi. Just get that. And Fire Blast really strong. The Beastmaster has can use in the right situations. The Viper one can also be really good.
Oh, how fast they do this. The Hemisphere is putting in. He's gonna jump in. Great line of steering. Sneyking still looking for a right target. The Roshan, who's going to claim it? Miracle gets the egg to see more. YawaR, he's cheese on for the moment. The control. The Raw comes down, sees the sun. Vici actually dodges the put back from the Raw. The burp the egg is the Remember is on it out. Who doesn't have chemical range of not much more to give. He goes back inside the pit. Throw out an ignite, but you've already lost two heroes. Gonna make it three. CCnC making them this happening. That's the for the kill over Beachmaster. Excellent can do his own thing as well as the control does go down with Kuro. Viper underneath the shrine. He'll trigger up. Oh, buyback out from Liquid. My god, they need something to make this. The miracle! He stuns himself. Keep trying. Concoct TP out. Doesn't. The Nimbus is barely off target.
Oh man, he won't cock TP in, but it's a long TP because we reported before. So it takes those 5 seconds, and the 5.5 second charge, he doesn't have time to throw the concoction. That is the right play though from Liquid to buy back there with 3 heroes, because Weehaw would have died back under his own shrine, and that would have cost you probably 1 or not, if not 2 lanes of barracks to lose the Viper there. So I like the idea that they did this. They just got no kills out of it. Newbee get out. Of course, Aegis didn't go to Miracle, but there's no Aegis on the field for Newbee in this instant. And the cheese, I think,
is in mind control.
It's in mind control.
Was it a refresher or an Aghanim Scepter? Because it all happened so fast, I didn't actually see the drop. Anybody holding like a refresher
there
shot?
There is an Ags Viper, so that I think was the drop.
That would make sense.
Alec has not given away 2. He's only given away the one to Zeus.
Yes.
So I think this dropped in the ground. Okay, so Liquid got all 3 hits out of the Roach. And sure, you lose that fight, but that's also why the network works the way it does, because the game considers this Aghanim shard, it considers it worth 4,200 gold.
Yeah.
And that's why Weehaw suddenly took this huge leap up, even though he died and fought back.
Yeah, now he's got more than MSS, which doesn't really feel like he does.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, but yeah, Aghanim's Blessing is a good item.
This game is going so long though. It feels like no team, even when you win the fight, it doesn't feel like you can then just follow up with a big objective. Like, Roshan also keeps going with the team that doesn't have the momentum.
Yeah.
It keeps going the way of Liquid.
Oh, multi-shot arrow talent for MSS.
No Greenline Shadow cooldown, huh? I thought that playing the Vision game with Liquid was going to be a good way to go. Guess not. They're going to try and...
Multi-shot arrow is also a talent.
That is. All 5 buybacks from Team Liquid currently on cooldown, and all for over 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes in total. So Liquid are in full defense now.
And there's 3 buybacks on the other side. Newbee have Sven, Mirana, as well as AA. And Virtus is on cooldown for another 1 minute only. So they have massive power play now with 10 knives to throw. They throw bodies Liquid, and if they win the fight, the game.
Look how fast they go. Newbee get revealed by the Thunder God's Rats. They everyone down to the bottom lane. It's like, okay, no, we're on the north, let's go towards this. Already pushed in one wave, and we are kind of is in the man's land behind the tower. Kuro's coming out for an observer warning mission, but YawaR, they finally found the target they wanted. Liquid up clear. They were definitely wrong. Kuro down for 2 minutes.
That's the best hero Liquid could have died though. He will be alive in time to defend. It's 50 seconds.
How do we push up into like at Spray and Nether Talk and then
Zeus bolts.
Like Zeus Bolt, Nimbus, and
it's hard. I think what you did is one of 2 things. Either you choke out the map, just ward aggressively, you keep Liquid in their base. They probably are out of smokes now after these last couple of fights, and you just keep controlling and farming. The other one is you flat out just go for a surprise. You get a ward in the enemy base and you jump and ravage and try to kill the back line. You know they have 0 buybacks. You know this. So if even hero like Zeus, blowing up Zeus, is really good value right now, and able to be, or to able to continue push. But it looks like the map control play is what Newbee are leaning toward right now.
Yeah, the CCnC's got the bottom.
So it's fine.
YawaR can jump around. They already got a little bit of extra chip damage, so it's down to half-life on the bottom tier 3.
Regeneration.
Liquid are very cornered right now. It's any opening up. You're already playing with these low mobility heroes. You've used up your smokes, and the enemy team just has lives on you. You have buybacks, you don't. It's tricky.
But doesn't Newbee still need to force it though? Like 3 minutes in, you've got buybacks as your advantage. You know that Team Liquid don't have that second life.
You could technically hope for an early Roche, then you will have Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, or Act, or all, before Liquid are able to get their buybacks back online. How long is it? That's pretty unlikely. Yeah, technically pretty unlikely.
It's such a long time, but they're at least ripping through the creep wave. For their own target, they're able to do so down for 100 seconds, and they want an extra chase. The Raw opening origin. The arrow tanked up by the BKB. Now the double buybacks will time. Team Liquid just want to get back into their home, back into their base, but they don't do it. They're average from Sneyking. Clip the ball. 2 minutes down for such a long miracle. Let all the stuns go. You count the buyback. This is what we wanted. A full opportunity to just try and take the rest of this base. A triple kill for CCnC. He wants the ultra. He's looking towards CR and he'll claim him. The arrow flies on MSS will steal him. That is GG. Newbee. They will be patient and take game 1 here in this 2-game series against Team Liquid.
That's a nice game to start us off. I like it. A couple of things to talk about, obviously, in this game. The Alchemist pick, as we said, after Zeus and Beastmaster we found.